All right, good morning from day 2 of this big tour. Waking up here in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. It's a suburb to the west of PA. Got a bit of a late start today, wanting to make sure that some of those rush hour drivers were off the road. And we had a bit of an easier time of it because the first 20 or so miles here are going to be pretty suburban, zigzagging through some of the small neighborhoods to try to avoid the main drag. But hopefully towards the second half of the day, we'll be at the start of a gravel trail called the Enola Low Grade Trail. So let's see if we can get there. Cool. Just got past Coatesville. Out here, got all my safety gear on, my little mirror, my bright vest, and there are some big trucks on this road, so I'm gonna put the camera down and push through this. At this point in the town of Glen, Pennsylvania, where everything really shifted. It was probably around 10:30 in the morning, and we left the town and got onto a really, really rugged, just sort of straight line of single track and some pretty rough, like railroad gravel. It was super fun. It felt like the movie Stand By Me in a lot of ways. But as I headed west, things got a little bit more country-like, a bit more farm-like. That gravel started to turn into grass. There were deer just jumping all over the path for miles and miles. Just clearly this was a great home for the deer. And then we moved into Amish country, and as you can see, it was just open fields and farmlands and clothes hanging out on the lines, horse and buggies. It was just Lancaster County at its finest. But again, there was no stores, there was no gas stations. I pretty much didn't see a person until around 6 p.m. I didn't see another person. So it got a little bit dire with my supplies. So I don't like complaining in cycling videos, but I can tell you that this was probably me making a mistake, not really planning on having no resupplies, no water resupplies, no sort of snack resupplies at all during this day. So as I pulled into the campsite, I was spent, I was bonked. I don't think I've ever been that tired in my life, and then it was a good 2 hills of 9% just to get to the campsite, and then a seriously unbikeable straight up path to get to my camp. So needless to say, I was not in the greatest of spirits at the end of this ride, but I woke up just great the next day. All right, real talk. I have never been more exhausted. I suppose I made a mistake. There's only really one campground anywhere near where I needed to be, and I didn't do too much research about it. But it's probably the biggest hill I've ever pushed my bike up. Good morning. I just woke up from camp. This is the beginning of day 3. So as I was leaving the campground the next morning, something really great happened. I ran into the owner of the campsite, and he actually opened the store for me. Normally it opens at noon, but he was kind enough at like 6 a.m. to open it up, and I just loaded up with, Snickers bars and Sun Chips and basically everything I knew that my body was going to be craving, because the next 20 miles of the day was going to be back on that trail, continuing to head west and north. But the trail character had started to change. We were right on the Susquehanna now, so instead of the trail being bridges above farmland, it was actually something that was blasted out of rock and lots of cool trestle bridges. So this was a real massive trestle bridge, one of two that I saw. Because this was a active hydroelectric dam, I wasn't able to get the drone out, but you can see this really awesome hydroelectric dam on the Susquehanna. And the surface also got a lot smoother, so this was a crushed limestone, which helped me go a lot faster. All in all, this was super fun, and I actually started to see some people out on day rides, a lot of cool history markers along the path, and this was a really, really great day. This is me crossing the Susquehanna into, I believe, the town of Wrightsville, where I got a couple slices of pizza, and then up the big hill to the city of York, which is where I'm sitting now for my first rest day. So every tour I go on, me and Jess tell ourselves, you know what, next tour, day 3 will be a rest day. So I did do a day 3 of cycling, but my day 4 is going to be a rest day. So I'm here sitting in Holiday Inn Express making this video, just relaxing, letting my body heal. So see you next time.